Thank you so much to you all. My name is Nzaramba, a student of Mount Kenya University, Kigali campus, and Department of Journalism. My project research is all about the impact of social media on traditional journalism. As we all know, social media has a lot of social media platforms, but I'm gonna list out some of them and then take just a quick, insightful explanation, and then we keep on tackling our study of impact of social media on traditional journalism. Quickly, let me start with Facebook as the biggest or the largest social media platforms around the world. Facebook is a social media or social network site that allows people from around the world to network or to link with their friends, companies, and even organizations. While Twitter is a microblogging site that allows people to post the updates in 140 characters or less. YouTube is also one of the largest video sharing sites that most of the people they use in terms of sharing the information using videos. And then finally, Instagram is also one of the biggest social media platforms around the world that people use most to share or to communicate with their friends or the rest of the world by using pictures and even short videos using their mobile phones or their mobile device, whatever you call it. So after all these quick insights, you can ask yourself, what is really social media? In a nutshell, social media is an internet-based form of communication. So social media platforms allows users to have conversation, share information, and even create a web content. Facebook and Twitter seems to be the most social media platforms that provide news media house, whether locally or internationally. So, Marika, how do you think these two can affect international media
Great.
or media houses?
Good question, Ayla. My name's Marika. I have worked at an IT company for 9 years and been to Rwanda many times. I personally think that Twitter and Facebook impact traditional journalism because what happens is in the past, like in Texas, we have two major stations, and sometimes they have an agenda, like they want to cover news a certain way. But now with social media, every person has the ability to capture a story real time. So if you see something happening, you can take that, record it, post it, and then other people begin to follow you. And if you have credibility, then people may believe that to be true. And so I think it's very disruptive of traditional journalism because now we each have an opportunity to tell this story. Thinking back on your history, a lot of journalism outside of Rwanda, the story was there was a civil war taking place when the reality was there was a genocide. Because if your media is corrupt, then the story is corrupt. But had everybody in the community had social medias like Twitter and Facebook, perhaps the story could have leaked sooner of what was really happening, and the help globally could have come in quicker. So I think it's faster. I think that it's giving everybody control to tell the story as it's happening from their own perspective. Now, alternatively, that being said, sometimes everyone has a bias. So if you believe there's an injustice for certain things, that may be the lens in which you look through, and that's going to come through in your social media, and it may not always be factual. And so sometimes with journalism, there may be more diligence that's taken into telling the story and getting more facts from all over to compile it, whereas I might not have those pieces of information, so it's very personal. It's going to be my view of the situation. So there's some pros and cons with these social media platforms, but I definitely think it's disrupting traditional journalism.
I just want to take this opportunity and thank or appreciate Mr. Lucky for your time. It's really great, man. Thank you so much. As we begin our interview, I would like to ask you such question. As a TV host, help us to brainstorm briefly about how social media has changed traditional journalism.
Okay. Yeah, thank you so much for the question. I think social media has changed traditional media, because nowadays everyone has social media, everyone wants to attend like networks, internet is there. So I think it has changed, because if you have a show like celebrities show, you have to get like social networks also. You have to upload your shows, you have to do some posters, artwork, to just make sure that people will know what you're doing. So I think it's good because it has changed at, but also it's not good, because nowadays everyone can attend, or everyone can go there on social networks and do everything he wants. But on media, it's good to know, to act like that, is to know, to have like different social networks, because it helps to get like audience and different.
So the speed of social media in publication of news really affects the media houses in terms of delivering news, because they are gathering facts and try to cover the whole story. So social media already hit the load, and when the traditional media publish it, it becomes really like a history. Audience have already read or have seen it somewhere else, so they no longer want to read it again, or not, or not else interested in it. So Brittany, so what do you think media houses need to do to beat this competition?
I think that they not necessarily need to beat the competition, but maybe work with the competition. So I know that there are some news broadcasting companies that have a Facebook page. So instead of trying to beat social media, they allow the viewers to submit things to them first, so that they can be first to cover the story. So I think it's probably important for media houses to embrace social media and use that as a platform as well, instead of trying to compete against social media. Because at the end of the day, as we move forward, into more technology, I think that the newsrooms will only become less valuable. Their word is going to become less valuable because it's going to take too long to cover the story. So I think that they need to embrace social media platforms like Facebook.
Good morning, Mr. Paul.
Yes, morning.
Yeah, I'm here to ask you some questions about social media, impact of social media on traditional journalism. So quickly, my first question is this. Most of the people outside here, they used to say that social media increases plagiarism in journalism. Are you agree with this statement?
I don't agree with that.
So what's your point on this?
I think social media, or something from social media, for us, social media, it's a source of information. When we get something from there, we go deep. We don't just publish, broadcast without going deep on that. So it's our source. It's not somewhere we get something and go and broadcast it or publish it without doing a research on it.
So in other words, you mean that it helps you to get a story, and then you go back, you bring the whole background of that
Yeah,
story.
as I said, it's our source of information.
All right. Okay, the last question is, you as a journalist, can you predict the future of journalism? What do you expect to be done in the future of journalism?
Well, I think with development, with technology, world is changing. Same case in journalism. We expect more things. We expect to get to many people as we do today because of social media. Things are coming. Technology is improving. In that way, it's easy to get to many people, and that is our first target, to get to the audience easily. And people will be able to get news from us easily through YouTube, social media, and things like that.
Hello, my name is Godfrey. I'm here to tell you about the good things about social medias. How social medias have impacted us positively. Social medias have eased and brought up quick communication. This quick communication has come in. We're now ready to spread and advertise without payment. Payment is falling with these coming social sites, this coming WhatsApp, this coming Facebook, Twitter, you can mention all. Every media has something it has brought. WhatsApp is really quick. Facebook, instant communication has come up. This is a new generation. We're speaking of a new world where communication is gonna become more easier. Every day something new is coming up. Our generation is either dying or rising. Morals are being changed. Students are teaching each other through social medias. They ask each other questions instantly, they get answers. Education has been boosted through these social medias. Remember, social medias is not just for students. This has created and brought up a good relationship in our day-to-day lives. We've built relationships. People are getting their soulmates. With soulmates, I want to let you know that relationships have come up and more are being developed by just mobile phone. You click, you get an answer, you get an approval. You can chat all out through all nights, and life has become easy. This time the media house, we want to see how it's gonna get problems with these social medias. Social medias, in the near future, we're gonna see that false information is going to be spread as quickly as possible. And in the media house, we have the quality information. In the media house, we take time to get actual information. With social sites, people are quickly testing and sending even before getting something right in their mind. But in the media house, we're gonna face that challenge of false information moving here and there. And remember, as journalists of today, journalists of today, we need clear, professional, ethical news, ethical information being spread. So what I want to urge you tonight on this series, focus. Don't overspend too much on social media. Balance, take time.
All right, thank you so much for watching. As I conclude my topic research, we have had many ideas from social media experts, and from journalists. But you know, as we know, social media has brought some positivity to the world, and it needs to work hand in hand with the journalism. You know, my last point on this, I will give advice to the journalism, you know, to the different journalists to work with the social media so that it can help them to reach their audience easily. Thank you so much.